Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Lisa, the place where you learn real English for real life. I am Lisa.
And I am Paul. Hello to all our wonderful listeners around the world.
Paul, today we are going to talk about a very common grammar problem. In the first 10 seconds, I want to explain how native speakers talk compared to new English learners.
Okay, I'm listening. What is the difference?
Native speakers automatically know how to connect their ideas. They use linking words to show why something happened and what the result was. But new learners often mix up these words. They use because when they should use so, and they use so when they should use because.
Oh, yes, I hear this all the time. It makes the sentence sound completely backwards. The logic gets destroyed.
Exactly. If you mix up the reason and the result, people will not understand your story. You will sound very confusing. Today, we will fix this.
We are going to teach you exactly how to use so and because. We'll also teach you because of, therefore, that is why, and many other great phrases for explaining your actions.
Let's jump right into our first situation. Paul and I are going to act out a very common mistake. Listen closely to Paul's logic. Hey, Paul, how was your weekend? Did you go to that new Italian restaurant on Saturday?
Oh, hi, Lisa. Yes, I did go to the restaurant, but I had a terrible Sunday.
Oh no, what happened on Sunday?
I stayed in bed all day. I ate 2 whole pizzas by myself because my stomach hurt very badly.
Wait, what? You ate 2 whole pizzas because your stomach hurt? That is a terrible medical cure, Paul.
No. My stomach hurt, so I ate the pizza. Wait, no, that is not right either. I ate the pizza because I was hungry, and then, I don't know, I'm confused.
You have the events mixed up, Paul. Let's pause right here. Okay, cut. Paul, your sentence was very funny. Let's look at what you said. I ate 2 whole pizzas because my stomach hurt.
Yes, it sounds like my stomach was in pain and my solution was to eat more pizza.
Exactly. And that is because you used the word because in the wrong place. We need to understand the difference between a reason and a result.
The reason and the result. Can you explain that simply?
Of course. The reason is the cause. It answers the question why. It is the action that happens first in logic.
Okay, so in my story, what is the reason?
The reason is you ate 2 whole pizzas. That is the action that started everything.
Okay, and what is the result?
The result is the effect. It is what happens next. Because you ate so much food, what happened to your body?
My stomach hurt.
Exactly. So reason equals I ate 2 pizzas. Result equals my stomach hurt.
Now I understand the 2 pieces, but how do I connect them?
Here is the golden rule of English linking words. Are you ready to write this down, listeners?
I have my pen ready.
The word because always goes immediately before the reason.
Because plus reason.
Yes, and the word so always goes immediately before the result.
So plus result.
Exactly. Let's build your sentence correctly using so. Start with the reason, then use so, then the result.
Okay, reason first. I ate 2 whole pizzas. Then the linking word, so. Then the result, my stomach hurt.
Let's hear the full sentence.
I ate 2 whole pizzas, so my stomach hurt.
Perfect. That makes 100% logical sense. You did action A, and the result was B.
I ate 2 pizzas, so my stomach hurt. It sounds so natural now.
Yes. Now let's build the sentence using because. Remember the rule. Because goes before the reason.
Okay, so I have to put the result first.
Yes, if because is in the middle of the sentence. Result because reason.
Let me try. Result first, my stomach hurt, then the linking word, because, then the reason, I ate 2 whole pizzas.
Say the whole thing.
My stomach hurt because I ate 2 whole pizzas.
Excellent! You did it! Both sentences are perfectly correct, and they mean the exact same thing.
Wow. Let me repeat them so our listeners can practice. Sentence 1, I ate 2 whole pizzas so my stomach hurt. Sentence 2, my stomach hurt because I ate 2 whole pizzas.
That is brilliant, Paul. The meaning does not change, only the grammar structure changes. Let's practice with another example to make sure our listeners really understand.
Okay, give me a situation.
It is raining outside. That's event A. Event B is you take an umbrella. Which one is the reason and which one is the result?
The rain is the reason. Taking the umbrella is the result. I take the umbrella because of the rain.
Good. Now make a sentence using so.
Reason, so, result. It was raining, so I took an umbrella.
Perfect. Now make a sentence using because in the middle.
Result, because, reason. I took an umbrella because it was raining.
Flawless. You are a grammar master, Paul.
I feel very confident with so and because now. But Lisa, I have a question. Can I start a sentence with the word because?
That is a fantastic question. Many teachers in primary school tell children, never start a sentence with because. Have you heard that rule?
Yes, my teacher told me it was illegal in English.
Well, your teacher was lying to you, Paul.
What? I was lied to?
Yes, you absolutely can start a sentence with because. However, there is a strict punctuation rule you must follow if you are writing and a strict speaking rule for conversation.
Teach me the rule. I want to break my teacher's rule correctly.
If you start a sentence with because, you must include both the reason and the result in the same sentence, separated by a comma.
Can you give me an example with the rain and the umbrella?
Sure. Because it was raining, I took an umbrella.
Because it was raining, I took an umbrella. That sounds very dramatic and nice.
It is perfectly correct. You have the because plus reason clause first, then a comma, then the result clause.
Let me try with the pizza story. Because I ate 2 whole pizzas, my stomach hurt.
Perfect. The mistake that learners make, and the reason teachers say not to do it, is that people often create incomplete sentences, which we call fragments.
What does a fragment look like?
Someone asks, "Why were you late?" And the student writes, "Because the bus broke down." Full stop. That is technically an incomplete sentence in formal writing.
Ah, I see. In writing, it should be I was late because the bus broke down.
Yes, but in spoken conversational English, answering with just because is 100% normal and natural.
Really?
Yes, if I ask you, Paul, why are you learning Spanish? What do you say?
Because I want to visit Mexico next year.
Exactly. In conversation, you do not need to repeat the whole sentence. You don't need to say, I am learning Spanish because I want to visit Mexico next year. You can just say the because part.
That saves a lot of time. Because I want to visit Mexico.
Yes, spoken English is very flexible. Formal written English is strict.
Okay, Lisa, I think we have mastered so and because. Are we finished with the lesson?
Not even close, Paul. We have a second situation that is even more dangerous for English learners.
More dangerous.
Yes, it involves adding just one tiny word to because. The word of. Because of.
Oh, I use that all the time.
But do you use it correctly? Let's find out in situation number 2. Hey, Paul, where is Sarah today? She missed the morning meeting.
Oh, Sarah is at home today. She couldn't come to the office because she was sick.
Because of she was sick?
Yes. And also, John is late. He called me and said he is driving slowly because of the rain was very heavy.
Because of the rain was very heavy? Oh dear. Paul, the grammar alarms are ringing in my head.
Why? Did I say something wrong? I gave you the reasons.
You gave me the reasons, but your grammar structure collapsed. Let's stop the role play and fix this immediately. Okay, Paul, you made the classic because versus because of error. This is a mistake that marks the difference between an intermediate speaker and an advanced speaker.
Okay, I want to be advanced. Tell me the secret. What did I do wrong?
You said Sarah couldn't come to the office because of she was sick.
Yes, the reason is she was sick. I put because of in front of the reason.
The word because is a conjunction. It connects two full clauses. A full clause must have a subject and a verb.
A subject and a verb, like she, subject, and was, verb.
Exactly. So after the word because with no of, you must put a subject and a verb. Because she was sick.
Sarah couldn't come because she was sick. That sounds normal.
Yes, but when you add the word of, you change the grammar completely. Because of is a prepositional phrase, and here is the absolute unbreakable golden rule. You cannot put a subject and a verb immediately after because of.
Never?
Never. After because of, you can only put a noun phrase, or a pronoun.
A noun, like a person, place, or thing?
Yes. So let's look at your sentence. Because of she was sick. She was sick is a subject and a verb. You cannot use because of there.
How do I fix it using because of? I need a noun that means she was sick.
What is the noun for being sick?
Illness? Sickness?
Yes, so you would say Sarah couldn't come to the office because of her illness.
Because of her illness. Wow, that sounds so much more professional and advanced.
Doesn't it? Let's analyze it. Her illness is a noun phrase. There is no verb there. It is just a thing. Because of the thing.
I love this rule. Let's look at my second mistake. I said about John, he is driving slowly because the rain was very heavy.
Yes, the rain is the subject, was is the verb. You broke the golden rule. You put a subject and verb after because of.
Okay, how do I fix it? Option 1, I remove the of and use a full clause. Option 2, I keep because of and change the rest into a noun phrase.
Brilliant! Let's hear option 1 first. Use just because.
John is driving slowly because the rain was very heavy.
Perfect. You have because plus subject, the rain, plus verb, was. Now let's hear option 2. Use because of plus noun. What is the noun?
The noun is just the rain itself, or the heavy rain.
Yes. Make the sentence.
John is driving slowly because of the heavy rain.
Outstanding! The heavy rain is a noun phrase, no verb. It is perfect English.
Because of the heavy rain, because of the traffic, because of the snow.
Exactly. Let's practice this. I am going to give you a full clause, a reason with a verb, and I want you to transform it into a noun phrase so we can use because of.
Okay, I'm ready for the challenge.
Clause, because he was tired. Transform it to use because of.
The noun for tired is tiredness or fatigue. So, because of his tiredness or because of his fatigue.
Excellent. Clause, because the music was loud.
The noun phrase is the loud music. So, because of the loud music.
Perfect. Clause, because it was snowing.
The noun is the snow. So, because of the snow.
You are a natural, Paul. This is such an important skill for our listeners to practice. It makes your English sound incredibly fluent and varied.
It really does. I will never say because of I was late ever again. I will say because of my lateness or simply because I was late.
Excellent. Now, if you are studying for an exam like IELTS or TOEFL, or if you write business emails, because of has two very formal, very fancy brothers.
Fancy brothers. I want to meet them. What are their names?
Their names are due to and owing to.
Due to and owing to. They sound very wearing a suit and tie.
They are. They mean exactly the same thing as because of, and they follow the exact same golden rule. They must be followed by a noun or a noun phrase, never a subject and verb.
Okay, let me try them with the rain example. The football match was canceled due to the heavy rain,
Perfect.
and the flight was delayed owing to bad weather.
Flawless. If you write that in a business email, your boss will be very impressed.
I am asking for a raise due to my excellent grammar.
Good luck with that, but the grammar is perfect.
Okay, Lisa, we have covered because, so, because of, due to, and owing to. My brain is full of reasons. But what about results? You only taught me so. Are there fancy brothers for so?
Oh, absolutely. There's a whole family of formal words for so. Let's look at them in our third situation. Imagine we are in a very serious board meeting at a big corporation. Good morning, Director Paul. Let's discuss the quarterly financial report. As you know, our sales in Europe have dropped by 20% this year.
Yes, CEO Lisa, the market is very tough. Our sales dropped, so our profits are lower, and we spent a lot on marketing, so we have less cash, so we need to cut costs. So I think we should close the Berlin office.
Director Paul, you are using the word so entirely too much for a corporate executive. It sounds like you are telling a story to a child, not presenting a corporate strategy.
Wow, CEO Lisa is very strict.
CEO Lisa demands advanced vocabulary. The word so is fantastic for conversational English. I was tired, so I went to bed. It was raining, so we stayed home. But in formal writing, essays, or high-level business meetings, repeating so sounds basic.
I agree. I said so 4 times in one breath. It didn't sound very executive. What should I use instead?
The most common formal alternative to so is therefore.
Therefore. Therefore. Therefore.
Yes, it introduces a logical result or conclusion. Let's take your first sentence. Our sales dropped, so our profits are lower. Let's upgrade it.
Our sales dropped, therefore our profits are lower.
Excellent. Notice the punctuation change if you are writing. So usually just takes a comma before it. Therefore usually starts a new sentence or follows a semicolon.
Our sales dropped, semicolon, therefore our profits are lower.
Perfect. What is another formal word for a result?
How about consequently?
Oh, consequently is a beautiful word. It comes from the word consequence, which means the result of an action.
We spent a lot on marketing. Consequently, we have less cash.
Yes, that sounds extremely professional. You are showing direct cause and effect. Action A happened, consequently, result B happened.
Are there any others? I want a big vocabulary.
You can use the phrase as a result.
That is very literal, as a result.
Yes, let's use it for your final point about closing the office.
We need to cut costs. As a result, I recommend closing the Berlin office to cut costs.
Perfect. Let's hear the whole paragraph upgraded into CEO-level English.
Our sales in Europe have dropped by 20%. Therefore, our profits are lower. Furthermore, we spent heavily on marketing this quarter. Consequently, our cash reserves are depleted. As a result, I recommend closing the Berlin office to cut costs.
Paul, you are hired. That was a masterpiece of business English.
Thank you. It is amazing how changing a few linking words elevates the whole tone of the speech.
It really does. Let me give our listeners a quick summary of the result words. Conversational, so. Formal, therefore, consequently, as a result, thus.
Thus, Thus?
Yes, thus is very academic and formal. You see it a lot in scientific papers or legal documents. The chemical reaction produced heat, thus the temperature of the liquid increased.
I will save thus for when I write my science fiction novel.
Good idea. For daily office life, therefore and as a result are your best friends.
Okay, Lisa, we have done conversational and we have done highly formal, but I have another phrase that native speakers use all the time. I hear it in movies, on the street, everywhere.
What is the phrase?
That's why.
Ah, that's why. This is perhaps the most natural, native-sounding phrase for explaining a result in spoken English. It is an absolute must-learn for our students.
But how is it different from so or because? Can you explain the mechanics of that's why?
Of course, that's why is a conversational substitute for therefore or so. It means that is the reason why the next thing happened.
Okay, so it introduces the result?
Yes, it points back to the reason you just stated and then introduces the result. Let me give you an example. I lost my passport. That's why I couldn't travel to Japan.
Let me analyze that. Reason, I lost my passport. Result, I couldn't travel. You put that's why right before the result, just like so.
Exactly. You can say, I lost my passport, so I couldn't travel. I lost my passport, that's why I couldn't travel. They mean the same thing, but that's why sounds a little more emphatic. It emphasizes the connection.
Can I use that's why as a complete sentence by itself?
Yes, that is the beauty of it in conversation. Imagine a dialogue. Paul says, Why is your dog so wet? Lisa, he jumped in the lake. Paul, Ah, that's why.
Oh, I use that all the time in my native language, but I didn't know how to say it naturally in English. Ah, that's why. It means now I understand the reason.
Exactly. It is a fantastic conversational reaction. If someone explains a mystery to you, you say, Oh, that's why.
Let's practice using it to connect sentences. Give me a reason, and I'll add a result using that's why.
Reason. I didn't drink any coffee this morning.
I didn't drink any coffee this morning. That's why I have a headache.
Perfect. Reason. The train was delayed by 2 hours.
The train was delayed by 2 hours. That's why I missed the beginning of the movie.
Excellent. It sounds so incredibly natural. If our listeners take only one phrase away from this lesson for their daily conversations, I want it to be that's why.
It is much better than because of this I missed the movie.
Because of this is grammatically correct, but it sounds a bit stiff and textbook-like. That's why is how real people speak.
Lisa, what about the opposite? Are there other conversational words for because? We learned formal words for so, but what about formal words for because?
Good memory, Paul. Yes, there are two very common synonyms for because that you will read in books, hear in the news, and use in polite conversation. They are since and as.
Since and as. Wait a minute. Don't those words have to do with time? I have lived here since 2010. Do it as I do it.
Yes, English is a wonderful, confusing language, Paul. Yes, since and as are commonly used for time and comparison, but they have a second identity. They're also conjunctions of reason. They can be used exactly like because.
Mind blown. Can you give me an example? Let's use the rain and umbrella again.
Let's start with because. I stayed home because it was raining. Now, swap because with since.
I stayed home since it was raining. Does that really mean because?
Yes, 100%. In this context, it has nothing to do with time. It means for the reason that.
Wow. And what about as?
I stayed home as it was raining.
That sounds very elegant. I stayed home as it was raining.
It is a little more formal and softer than because. Often, native speakers use since and as at the beginning of a sentence when the reason is already known to the listener, and they want to focus on the result.
Can you show me what you mean?
Sure. Imagine we both know it's raining. We're looking out the window. I might say, since it is raining so heavily, let's just order a pizza instead of going out.
Ah, the reason, rain, is obvious. So you start with since, and the new information is the result, order pizza.
Exactly. Or using as we are both tired, why don't we finish this project tomorrow?
As we are both tired, why don't we finish tomorrow? I love how that sounds. It's very diplomatic.
It is. It softens the statement. If you say, let's finish tomorrow because we are tired, it sounds a bit abrupt or defensive. As we are tired feels more collaborative.
This is high-level communication psychology. Choosing the right word changes the entire feeling of the conversation.
That's why vocabulary is so powerful. It's not just about being grammatically correct, it's about expressing the right tone.
Okay, Lisa, let me try one. Imagine I'm talking to my team at work. We finished our tasks early. I want to tell them they can go home. Since we have completed all our objectives for today, you are all free to leave early.
Best boss ever, and perfect use of since. It sounds professional, polite, and logical.
What if I use as? As the project is finished ahead of schedule, let's take a long lunch.
Also perfect. Listeners, write these down. Since and as are fantastic tools to upgrade your English from intermediate to advanced.
Okay, Lisa, before we finish this epic journey of logic, I have one more confusing thing about the word so.
We are ready for it. Bring it on.
Sometimes I hear people use so in a way that doesn't mean a result at all. For example, I am so tired, or that dog is so cute. There is no result there. It just means very.
Ah, you have discovered the double life of the word so. So, as a conjunction, which we have been studying, it introduces a result. I was hungry, so I ate. So, as an adverb of degree, an intensifier, it means very or to a great extent. I am so hungry.
So, how do learners avoid confusing them?
It comes down to grammar structure. Let's look at what follows the word so. If so is a conjunction, a result, it is followed by a full clause, a new subject and verb. Example, it was late, so I went to bed. I is the subject, went is the verb.
Okay, and if it is an adverb, meaning very?
If it means very, it is followed by an adjective or an adverb, not a full clause. Example, the movie was so boring. Boring is an adjective. Example, he ran so fast. Fast is an adverb.
Ah, I see. So plus subject plus verb equals result. So plus adjective equals very.
Exactly. But because English loves to play tricks, we can actually combine both of these meanings into one super sentence.
A super sentence? Show me.
Have you ever heard the structure so, that?
Yes, I was so tired that I fell asleep on the sofa.
Perfect. Let's analyze your super sentence. I was so tired. Here, so means very. It intensifies the adjective tired. That I fell asleep, the word that acts like our result word. It tells us the consequence of being so tired.
Wow, I was so tired that I fell asleep. It blends the reason and the result beautifully. The extreme tiredness caused the falling asleep.
Yes. Let's practice this so, that structure. It is incredibly common and very expressive. I will give you a situation. You make the super sentence.
Ready.
Situation. The music was extremely loud. The result, my ears hurt.
The music was so loud that my ears hurt.
Excellent. Situation. The soup was incredibly hot. The result, I burned my tongue.
The soup was so hot that I burned my tongue.
Brilliant. Situation. The comedian was hilariously funny. The result, I cried with laughter.
The comedian was so funny that I cried with laughter.
You nailed it, Paul. The so, adjective, that structure is a fantastic way to tell a dramatic or emotional story.
This lesson was so helpful that my grammar is now perfect.
Let's hope so.
Lisa, we have covered an incredible amount of information today. This is like a masterclass in cause and effect.
It is a lot of material, but these are the building blocks of logical conversation. If you master these words, you can argue a point, tell a story, explain a problem, and present a business strategy.
I think we need a mega review. Let's put everything we learned into one cohesive story. I will try to use as many of today's words as possible.
Challenge accepted. Let's hear the story of Paul's terrible morning using advanced cause and effect vocabulary.
Here goes. Yesterday morning, my alarm clock didn't go off. As a result, I overslept. Since I was already late, I had to rush to get dressed. I was in such a hurry, so I forgot my umbrella. Because of my forgetfulness, I was completely unprepared for the weather. It started pouring rain while I was walking to the station. The rain was so heavy that I was completely soaked. My clothes were ruined, therefore I had to return home to change. I missed an important meeting due to my tardiness. That's why my boss was very angry with me today.
Standing ovation. Paul, that was magnificent. You used as a result, since, so, because of, plus noun, so that, therefore, due to, plus noun, that's why.
I feel like a grammar champion. The story made perfect logical sense. Every cause had a clear effect. Every reason had a clear result.
It was beautifully structured. Listeners, if you can tell a story like Paul just did, your English is at a very high level of fluency.
The key is variety. Don't just say because, or so. Mix it up. Use since, use due to, use that's why. It makes your English sound rich and interesting.
Absolutely. Variety is the spice of language. Well, Paul, I think we have successfully decoded the mysteries of so and because.
I agree. My brain is so full that I need a nap.
That is a perfectly logical result. Before you nap, let's give our amazing listeners their homework challenge.
Yes, we want to see you practice these concepts in the comments section below.
We have a two-part challenge for you today. Part 1, we want you to finish this sentence using a reason. I am learning English because...
Tell us your reason. Because I want to travel, because I need it for my job, because I love the culture. Be honest.
Part 2, we want you to finish this sentence using a result. I want to speak fluently, so...
Tell us the result of your fluency. So I can make international friends, so I can watch movies without subtitles, so I can move to London.
Write both of your sentences in the comments. We read every single one, and we love seeing your progress. If you want to challenge yourself, try using one of our advanced words like therefore or due to.
I am learning English due to my desire to travel. That sounds very fancy.
It does. Be creative.
Thank you all so much for watching this deep dive into English grammar on Talk Lisa. We appreciate your time and dedication to learning.
If you found this lesson helpful, please give us a thumbs up. It tells YouTube that our content is valuable, so it helps our channel grow. See what I did there?
Very clever use of a result clause, Lisa. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button because we have many more amazing lessons coming soon. And I used a reason clause.
We make a great team. Keep practicing your logic, keep telling your stories, and never be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are the reason we learn.
That's why we're here. See you in the next episode, everyone. Have a logical and wonderful day.
Bye for now. Stay curious.